Hi Soul Fam, happy Monday. Welcome back to this channel where we do tarot card readings every single week. My name is Frances. I am a Reiki Master Healer, tarot card reader, and the creator of this deck, Four Noble Tarot, which also comes with a guidebook. So if you are ever interested in getting your own tarot deck, I would be so honored for you to work with this one. I created it a couple years ago, and it is just full of so much light and so much magic, and I would love for you to experience it yourself. Here's the guidebook that comes within it. If you feel called towards it, I will leave the link to purchase in the description box below. If you ever would like to work with me in a one-on-one setting, I offer sessions for people all over the world via distance, and I will leave the link to book that below. I usually book out about a week or two in advance, so I highly recommend booking at your earliest convenience. And lastly, I am hosting in conjunction with a beautiful intuitive numerology expert, all kinds of Reiki master. I mean, she's wonderful, Violet. I am Violet Hotsagon on Instagram. Or Violet Hotsagon, she has two. But we are hosting next Thursday, April 10th, virtually. And it is sorry, you guys, Mercury is still retrograde. Talking is so hard for me during a Mercury retrograde, but we're gonna do this. We're gonna do it. We are hosting a virtual event. It is $57, 90 minutes, and it is an alignment activation. We are hoping to do these quarterly. So it is going to be a quarterly check-in, intention setting, manifestation, releasing ritual, and again, like alignment activation to help you get super clear what you want, how you're gonna create it. We are going to be sharing guided meditations, Reiki, journal prompts, so much good stuff. And then I'll be doing a tarot card reading there for that group. She'll be doing a numerology reading, looking at the next 3 months and what the numerology says about that energetically. There is an option to add on a personal mini reading with both of us if you would like to do that. So it's going to be a great evening. We would love for you to join us. I will leave the sign up link below. And that's it for me in terms of what's going on. Let's figure out what's going on now this week. As always, these readings are completely free. This is such an important part of my purpose here, is to make connection and alignment and wellness as a whole accessible to everyone. So I'm hoping that by doing these readings, that is a possibility. And if you ever do feel called to donate to what I call the love jar, this helps me to show up with energy for you every week. So I'll leave my PayPal link, donation link in the description box below. And if you have anything that you feel called to share, I am so grateful. All right, let's dive in. Working in the light and the highest for everyone here's greatest good and deepest understanding at this time. Keeping my energy on, cleansed, and protected, and theirs as well. Welcoming in my spiritual team. And each and every person who is here, welcoming their team forward. Little bit of resistance in the energy this week. Part of it might be from within. Part of it might be kind of like outside forces. It's almost, they're showing me a bud, like a flower bud or like a bulb. And it's like trying to open, but it's really having to work to do that. So again, just keeping that in mind this week, that if things feel a little constraining, whether it's like, I feel like I just can't get over the hump, or whether it's like, oh my gosh, I'm like trying so hard to move forward and all this stuff is like coming at me, you will bloom. It's just about patience and like consistent effort forward in the same direction. It will eventually bloom and open. Okay, so essentially calling upon your resilience this week, your creative problem solving this week, and knowing that the bloom is coming. It's just those final pieces of effort. Okay. All right, what else do I need to know? Thank you for sharing that through the channel. Physical body. Okay. Q3 check-in. So this week, today is March 31st. Tomorrow is April. So the start of Q3. No, Q2. Yeah, Okay. Okay, so it's physical body, Q2 check-in for Q3. So this is like what to start thinking about now, but for later. It's kind of like what seeds we are planting now for later. And then this is Q2 for Q2. So this is more immediate. So it's kind of like big picture and then honing in on the now. But this is physical body. I do have to preface very clearly, this is not medical advice. This is not dietary advice. This is not supplement advice. This is no type of advice. This is just information coming through. Take it or leave it. Please always do your own research and consult with your doctor. Okay, but physical body. Let's see what's going on here. Firstly, Queen of Pentacles and Two of Swords. Okay, so Queen of Pentacles, this is the card of abundance. This is also the card of fertility. A few ways that this is coming through. Kind of what I'm feeling this week is that with Queen of Pentacles, there's finally this jolt of energy. We're like, we can do it. We can do it. Yes, yes, yes. Busy calendars, which probably like really exciting stuff, but also it's a lot. Feeling like, yeah, I'm going to go for that walk and then go on the hike and then go to the workout class. And then like, it's a very high energy, which is lovely. And it's really important that within that you are staying connected to what your body really needs and what it's asking for, right? So if you are in a space right now, which Queen of Pentacles energy, right? We have energy, we feel excited, we're ready to go. Some of you are like, I don't have energy, I'm exhausted. We have time then we have the abundance of time, money, energy, all of the above, or one of those things to create what it is our body needs. But in order to get that, in order to provide that for ourselves, we have to listen to ourselves. Queen of Pentacles is extremely intuitive. She's very connected to the world around her. Queen of Pentacles might also in this case be encouraging you to eat seasonally, right? So we are in now spring or autumn, depending on where you live in the world. And so checking in your area, what is local seasonal produce, and maybe starting to invite some of that into your diet. That you might already intuitively be doing that, like eating more salads, or if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, eating more soups, and it's not like you can't eat soup in spring, right? If your body is feeling called to it, please do. I'm like a soup all year round kind of girl. So, but I do tend to veer away from salads in winter. It's just for me, like doesn't really feel good in my body. But come spring and summer, I do start liking salads. So it would be an example of intuitive eating. This is about being connected to the world around you, being connected to your internal world, and then eating in that way. The other piece here with Queen of Pentacles, as they were mentioning, is like you might have this energy to do a lot of stuff, making sure that you're really mindful about what you actually have the capacity for, which brings us to part 3. Investing abundance into abundance, investing time into your rest, investing money into the workout class or the dance class or the whatever you've always wanted to do, investing energy in cooking your meals. Okay, so this is really about nourishment and connection, and listening to what your body wants and what the earth is offering in order to optimize your physical health. Okay. Lastly here, fertility. If you are hoping to birth something, whether that is getting pregnant physically, a new idea, bring something into the world, whatever that might be, get a pet, tend to a garden, like anything you want to bring to life, this is a really beautiful week to do that, or to start thinking about how you are going to do that. So maybe it's having a conversation, maybe it's buying the seeds, maybe it's checking ovulation, maybe it's buying the prenatals, maybe it's getting that idea on paper so you can actually get the ball rolling, maybe it's allowing yourself to daydream about what it actually looks like and what it is that you want, because you can create it as this queen in this mastery energy. It is your time to do what you want. And with that said, our second card, it is always going to be a choice, your choice. Two of Swords says that your fate, destiny, life, health, for the most part, not always, but it is in your hands, and or there is always something that you can do about it even if it's just a mindset shift to get through something. Right now, I'm not saying that, someone who is experiencing chronic illness, it's just like, oh, there's always something you can do, because that would be so insensitive and simply not true. In terms of like, sometimes we have to be in acceptance and manage instead of like, I can heal this, I can heal this. Now, I do believe that there is always room for healing, but sometimes that healing comes from mindset and like coming to acceptance and peace. Sometimes that healing is more mantra work or manifestation and getting your body on board. Sometimes it's Reiki, right? A different way of healing the body because traditional medicine hasn't worked for you. But in all, even in terms of fertility, right? Like, might there be another way? Do we want to finally start trying? Do we want to try IVF? Do we want to do a surrogate? Do we want to look into adoption, right? Like, there's a way to get the physical things you want and or come into acceptance of where we are if we can't change them, and get on board with a mindset. So shifting a mindset or an energy to help us feel as best we can within a situation that maybe we cannot change. The final piece here with this mindset choice. Pentacles in tarot are often about abundance and the brain, the logic. So Two of Swords is saying your physical health, your overall health is extraordinarily interlinked with your mind and your mindset. And that is always something that you can control. Okay? So making the choice to control your thoughts, where focus goes, energy flows, is one of my favorite mantras. And I have been finding my mind wandering to, past poor communication or anxieties or bad habits, right? And that makes sense with all these retrogrades. But with it, we have the choice to choose the energy we want to be in, the mindset that we want to be in, the physical health for the most part that we want to be in. And we're being reminded this week that it's way more in our hands than we're giving it credit for. Okay? So I often find myself too like, oh, well, the world is just full of toxins. Okay, but I can do something. I can buy a water filter. I can get an air purifier. I can, not smoke. I can, all of these things. I've never smoked, but, just little things like that. So reminding us that we have more power than we think we do, and to not give that power away when it comes to our physical and our mental health, because number one, they're super interlinked. And number two, we deserve to feel good. So let's choose that. Okay? Cool. I like that this week. And maybe even thinking about that. It's like, I deserve to feel good. I get to choose that. So what does feeling good mean to me? Physically, mentally, emotionally. And thinking about what that is, and then creating some action steps, some baby steps, some habit shifts, some mantras that you can do daily that can help you get to that, because you deserve to be in it, but you're the only one who can get yourself there. Okay? Okay. Shifting to Q2, prepping for Q3. So what we can do now to set ourselves up for success as Q3 comes. Let's see what's coming. Another Pentacles, counterpart to Queen of Pentacles. We have the King of Pentacles, setting ourselves up. This is truly, like, this is money. This is mindset. They're like, everything you're doing now, be it in the physical sense for your body, for your world, like your home, your work, that is going to impact your reality down the line, starting now. And what you're doing now, even if you're not seeing immediate results, I understand why this is coming through and why they said, right? I was pulling and they were like Q3, and I was like, wait a second, we're in Q2. I understand now, especially in physical health, especially in manifestation. We can't just be like, oh yeah, mindset shift, we see it tomorrow. No, they're asking you to start implementing now, but from a place of knowing and mastery. Kings are the ultimate masters. They've done the work. They've done the learning. They trust themselves. They bet on themselves. They delegate so they have more time and energy to luxuriate, to enjoy. But they still have to work. They still have to see the big picture and then be like, okay, what needs to get done in order to create that abundance in my health, in order to create that abundance in my family, in order to create that abundance in my bank account, in my own personal development, in my enjoyment of life, wherever it may be. So right now, as we're coming into Q2, I keep saying Q3, as we're coming into Q2, what we need to know for Q3 down the line, which April, May, June, so starting July, is that right? July, August, yeah. And then Q4 starts in October. What can you identify? And this is not new guidance, right? What can you, like the tangible things, but also tangible feelings. So like what you really like, I can feel that, I want that, that feels good. Like it's really about getting so clear on that. Again, this is not new guidance, so clear on that so you can start creating it. But how you're going to do this with King of Pentacles energy, believing in abundance, whatever that is for you. Yes, it's mine. And I'm creating it, and I'm creating more, and I'm worthy of creating and receiving it in unexpected ways. What needs to get done? What can I offload? What can I delegate so that I have more time for me to be in creativity, to be in rest, to be in play? Kings, right? Royalty, when we think about them in a traditional sense, they're hanging out. It's very, except for the end part, Marie Antoinette energy, right? Even though this is a divine masculine, this is very much about like, it's not let them eat cake, right? With it's like, oh, I don't care, just like whatever. It's not that, but it's more how we kind of imagine that, where they're just enjoying and luxuriating and everything's easy and they're tended to and taken care of. And if they want something, they get it immediately. Obviously, there is a little bit of a downside to that, but when we ground it in reality, it's really beautiful because there's trust there. There's collaboration there. There's clarity there. And there's unity. There's symbiosis to life, right? Everything's this beautiful working system led by you. So this week, this quarter, but starting this week is when I want you to do the work. If my life is a system, what systems do I need to put in place so that it all works well, including giving me that time to be in that royalty, to be in that sovereignty of enjoyment of my life? That is the goal of the system. And it's going to take a little while to work out the kinks, to find the right people, to get the right system. So that's why we're doing it now, so that come July, summer or winter, both times when we are hopefully taking up space to enjoy, whether that's through play or rest, it's set up, it's moving, the system's already going. So I want you to think about life as a system. What do I need to do? What do I need to implement? What do I need to offload? What do I need to take on myself? What do I want to lead? And where can I rest? So that it all works for my enjoyment and therefore that of those in my life as well. Okay? This is going to take time and you're in charge of it. Final piece here, balance of divine masculine and divine feminine, king and queen, both in leadership, but we have the planning, we have the problem solving, we have the analytics, we have the logic, alongside the connection, the nurturing, the ease, the mother, if that's an archetype that resonates with you, and the lover. And they fuse together so beautifully. So thinking about that as we're coming into the second quarter of the year, and then again, giving it time so that come Q3, it's all systems a go, all right? Okay, and then lastly, Q2 for Q2. So for right now, more immediate, we have an ending and a beginning. 10 of Wands, the path to paradise, new beginnings, Ace of Cups, enjoyment. Remember, we've been talking about endings and beginnings a lot. We had, okay, things are coming to a close. We had, okay, energy is building. We had the end of the beginning, right? First step is complete. Now we're starting to get that momentum. You might have had a little step back, like wait a second, what's happening, right? With these retrogrades going on and these eclipses and releasing and everything going on astrologically and energetically. But this week, starting now for all of Q2, the next 3 months, 10 of Wands is about really not giving up. We're still in that, right? That image of the bud. Resilience. We're almost there, and it's going to be better than you ever imagined. Keep going. Don't give up, but you have to know where you're going. So what is that end goal? What is paradise? That is your journal prompt for this week. What is paradise? And what are the last final steps I need to take to do that so that I'm in paradise and I can finally have that Ace of Cups, new beginning, all rooted in enjoyment. As they said, cups are about feelings, what feels good, the overflow of that joy. And down here, you have the lotus. The lotus grows out of the mud. This is also Goddess Lakshmi's symbol, Goddess Lakshmi's flower. So if you like to work with goddesses, please welcome in Goddess Lakshmi this month, this month for the next quarter, and whenever you feel called. She's one of my favorite goddesses to work with. She's just so wonderful and so loving and expansive and creative and just lovely. But the lotus growing out of the mud asks you to learn from your lessons and not see them as hardships or setbacks. See them as growth opportunities to build up from. They get you that resilience. They're challenging you to build your resilience, to build your strength so that we can have that bloom. Okay, so right now, I want you focusing on final steps to wrap up everything that has been lingering. This could also be in your home, like cleaning out your home, right? Like very spring cleaning energy, like cleaning out that cabinet, the junk drawer. Like I literally just yesterday bought organizers for this one cabinet where every time I open it, it's like by our laundry, everything falls out. And I'm like, oh my gosh, put it back. I was like, no, we're done. Cabinet organizers, like we're doing the organizers. So that would be a good example of stuff around your home. You might want to clean out your closet, like anything, right? Maybe it's just a little refresh. And then maybe applying that to work anywhere, in relationships, like anything. Think about, again, the question was, what is paradise? And what do I need to do? Likely the final steps, the final shifts, the final tweaks to get there. Because once I get there, that is the start of the new beginning. There might be lessons learned along the way. There should be lessons learned along the way. Probably from some hardship and challenges that you're likely experiencing right now. It's that final push. But there is so much hope for so much joy. And not joy that you have to work so hard to create, but joy that you simply get to be in. It feels like we're coming to a place of being and ease because you did that. Okay, you created that. You were intentional about that. And how we're going to do it is by everything that just came up this week, but also in past weeks if you've been doing that work. If you haven't, don't worry, you can go back or just focus here. Okay, because this is a lot. So, I'm excited. This is very, very hopeful, but it's going to take intention. And again, that last bit of focused effort before that bloom. Okay? Beautiful. Any questions? Let me know. I'm just looking at these cards. I'm like, ooh, mental health, financial abundance, abundance of time and energy, like paradise, hope, all of it. And it's all in our hands. Two of Swords. It's a choice. We choose it. Yeah? So make the choice. Love it. Okay. Any questions? Let me know. If this resonated with you or you would like to share how it resonated with you, please leave how it did in the comments. Again, if you feel called to donate to the Love Jar, I will leave my PayPal donation link below. Don't forget to like this video. That really helps me out. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. I'm sending so much love. I hope to connect with you again next week or in a one-on-one setting. And have a wonderful week. I'm excited for you to get to work and then get to the being. All right? See you soon.